what role does technological competition play in the escalating tensions between China and the United States?
Well, technology is a big issue as well. China was an important producer, but we know as well that in the high-tech sector, the US are important, very instrumental. And there'll be competition, I guess, as well on electronic batteries because they account for 56% of Chinese exports to the US. So you have electronic batteries, cell phones, they account for 45% of Chinese exports to the US. Computers as well, 26%, or even insulated wires. So these items as well exported to the US, very important for the US high-tech industry. And it would be, I guess, better for President Trump to have the control as well over this production and to maybe re-export it to the rest of the world. But there is one thing here. It's as well the cost differentials between the US and China. And right now it's more in favor of China.
Professor Tanjin, how might China leverage its Belt and Road Initiative to counterbalance U.S. trade pressures?
Well, that's one of the great misunderstandings. The Belt and Road Initiative is an idea you can join, or in the case of Panama, you can be forced to move away from it by the United States. But in the end, it's simply about connectivity and trade. The idea that if you build the infrastructure, your country can now export and import what is needed to create a path to development. So, the U.S. can try to attack the Belt and Road Initiative, but it's not going to work simply because it's an idea and you can't kill an idea. In terms of how this plays into China, they have over 120 countries, they are the primary trade partner with on either exports or imports. And this has to do with the efficiency of the Chinese economy. They build products that people want. So this idea that somehow this is going to change because Donald Trump wants to throw a tariff tantrum is ridiculous.
Professor Jacquet, how could the United States respond to Beijing's threats in the trade arena?
Brilliant. I didn't understand well the question.
Well, I was asking you, sir, how could the United States respond to Beijing's threats in the trade arena?
Well, more tariffs in the end would be detrimental for China, but as well for the US. They may use different tools to pressurize China. Remember that under the previous Trump administration as well, we had a similar, let's say, trade war, and you had one of the Huawei heads who had been arrested. Similar tools could be used. There could be a game of pressure on China, but I don't know to which extent it will work, because for China as well, there is a vital issue. The Chinese economy needs to boost as well its levels of domestic demand and consumption. You have as well a property crisis and unemployment. So for China, it could be very, I guess, difficult and detrimental to its interest to accept US conditions. Maybe as well there'll be from the part of the US other moves like strengthening some trade agreements or trade blocks in Asia. But once again, the US could be limited as well in this endeavor by its WTO membership.